potentially, Timothy, was that also maybe when your, kind of short-term memory or whatever started to decline as well?
Well, that's the feeling I got. It's been 16 years, and I think, it's persistently hanging in there that I have this fatigue, and that's the only thing I can really think of.
Well,
but tell me anything else, I'm open to suggestions, but, like I said, it just seems to be the most logical.
And I've read several cases where when implants were removed, that the people did have negative physical and mental effects from it. And even in some of the books I've studied, people have recalled the alien beings saying, giving a warning, saying, "Do not remove this because it'll have adverse effects on you." So I think it's quite possible that the changes you went through could be related to the removal of it, because they're, and I don't, of course, know if it's true in all cases, but in at least some reported cases, the removal of it is causing negative health effects.
Oh yeah, I've had some people tell me that, and that they don't want to part with it because then they won't know where they're at and everything else. But I'm sure, why wouldn't it? I mean, I don't think it's superly in there for your benefit, and it's whatever they may be doing. You might, and of course maybe they don't know either. If they're messing around a little bit, it can be perfect. I mean,
that's true.
Well, Timothy, let me ask you, if you, for instance, knowing what you know now and what you've been through, with this whole potential alien implant thing, would you do it again if you had the opportunity, or would you decide maybe not to do it?
Interesting question. Of course I'd do it again. I'm still the old, when it started happening, I mean, how are you going to prove it's an alien implant if you don't take it out? I mean, you can say you can say anything, but, no, I don't have any regrets on what I done. I mean, that's just the way that's the way it's working. I mean, no, I have no problem taking it out. I had no problem getting studied. I got no problem with it,
Yeah, well, that's the pioneer spirit right there. The idea that you just need to know.
Well, they didn't give me a memory and tell me not to take it out. That it might cause me harm. I never got that, so I'm just, and even if they would, I mean, how do you know how do you know they couldn't harm you with it in your body? For people that still have that problem. I mean,
that's a good point. Yeah.
It's a two-edged sword. I mean, hey, you can, can you, good or bad, you're hard to say. What happens if they advertently screw up with something with it, with yours in there? You don't know. I don't think they're perfect. If they were perfect, they probably wouldn't have crashed at Roswell. So,
good point.
That's the way I look at it. And the other medical deal we can go is just like I know the instinct is to have an alien implant in my body was. The other thing the aliens have done for me that I've got a good inkling on is they gave me West Nile several years ago.
Oh, interesting.
Now, they didn't give me a severe case of West Nile, but they give me I had it good enough that life really wasn't. It made days long. I mean, I had the 4 fever, and then I had the rattling bone chills. And, I woke up one night and burning between my toes, and they'd give me West Nile, and, oh, man, and then I tell my wife, I'll tell her in the morning, and I fell asleep, and then I kind of forgot about it. Well, about 2 days later, I get sick, and we have a problem. I go to the doctor, and I ended up finally forcing the test to make sure that I had West Nile. That's what I had.
Oh, wow.
And I often wondered why, but like I said, it wasn't a real severe case of West Nile, but it was, because, as people get West Nile, you have some pretty bad things happen to them. So, but I was fairly healthy, and it was the only thing that really did that I was really bragged about is I had a daughter going to school down in New Mexico, and they were going to burn the Zorba in Santa Fe, and we went down to see that, and about the time we get down to Santa Fe, then I get a reoccurrence of West Nile for a couple of days. So I spent my 2 days in a motel room sweating and then having my teeth rattle and being miserable. But
Tim,
and what happened there. But the interesting thing about the West Nile deal was one night I'm in my bed, or I presume it's my bed, and I'm laying there with a fever, and I can feel the water. I'm starting to wake up, and I feel the water running off of me. And it's strange night, and I'm starting to wake up, but then I feel like I'm being restrained, and I'm starting to wake up, and I feel something get put on my face. So I put my finger beside my mouth, but this whatever mask hits my face, and I black out. I'm blacked out, boom, and then boom, I wake up, and I'm in my bed. But my pillow is bone dry.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
I can't figure this out. Well, about 6 months after this happened or so, I went up to Denver to listen to Travis Walton. And he was in Denver, and I kind of met him. I don't think I impressed him, but we talked a second, I thought, well. But then he's talking about his experiences being on a craft and what he ran into, and because I went to the movie Fire in the Sky, and I was wanting to know what was Hollywood and what wasn't. And but then he gave his talk, and I figured it out. Wasn't a slime craft. It was a metal, shiny round craft. So he come up and talk all about it, but then he comes up on how he disembarked from this craft. And when he tells his story on how he disembarked from the craft, then I'm a little amazed as he's in the presence of 3 Nordics, I think, 2 male and 1 female Nordic creature in this room. He'd walk around this UFO and out a door and through the building and into another room, and he's in this other room. And they was wanting him to lay down on a table, that's the way he put it, and he didn't want to. So the Nordics, a couple of males, put him down on the table and held him down. So that's so much for the weak alien, because they went, and then the female came over and started putting a mask on his face. And when she puts the mask down, he put his finger up beside his mouth, and the mask hit, and boom, then next thing he knows, he's laying by the road, and the light's kind of above him, and he kind of looks up at it, and it goes from there to gone, and then he kind of gets up and gets these bearings, and he looks down the mountain a little bit, and he sees the town that he walked down to make the collect call to his family to let him know he was back. And when he told that story, and my jaw about hit the table there. It's kind of...
That sounds exactly what you're talking about, having this... was it a premonition dream that you had that was the similar thing that happened to Travis, or was it just a different kind of a dream?
It was a different kind of a dream. I mean, it was a real-time dream. When I woke up, I was expecting to have to go get another different pillow, in a way. Yeah. And I'm laying there on a dry bed, and what has happened here, And, I just it was strange.
That is
and, but, it never, I don't remember anything happened like that before, and I didn't know what to think of it and how to put it or relate it or anything, But it was kind of still in the back of the mind. And then, like I say, then when I go see him, for the odd circumstances, and all of a sudden, at the end of his story, he tells that. Okay.
Yeah.
We got that figured out. Now, I don't know how it happened, but we got that figured out. But,
Let me ask you, Timothy, was that incident, that dream state incident, happened before you found the implant, or was this?
Oh no, it's after. This is after. This is after. This happened to me probably 2009, 2010, somewhere in there. Whenever he come to Denver, I can't remember exact year. Oh yeah, it was several years. Yeah, it's kind of in between my surgery and now. It was after I found out I'd been abducted and everything.
Yeah.
The West Isle, everything. The West Isle and everything happened after.
And
so, like I said, I can't remember. But I'm thinking we went to see this Absorba, around 2010, 6 years ago, 8 years ago. Time flies when you're having fun.
And you mentioned that this West Nile virus that you had was also a premonition that you were going to have it?
No, well, when I woke up.
Okay.
I was sleeping, and when I woke up, I had a burning sensation between my big toe and my next toe over on my left foot. And, it was burning. That's kind of what woke me up. And then, like, I'm sitting there, and it's like, they give you West Nile was the first thing I thought. But when I woke up, for some reason, when the strange is strange, that's the only way I learned to look at it. But I thought, now why, but I'm like, why would they do this, and and it took a while. Well, so I could have a secrecy of some kind of story to, for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like in 2013, I got involved with a cattle mutilation case. About 40 miles from here with a rancher, because they knew I was a little bit of UFOs, but this is quite interesting. I get called to go over there, and the first time I go over is in June 2013. I go over on June the 24th, and this man has had a couple of cows mutilated, but they've already been out in the sun a couple of days, so I was going to get some tissue samples to send to Dr. Leer and stuff and get, but, I don't need to because the animals had deteriorated. So he had one that was mutilated, they moved it, and they come out the next morning and he had another cow that was mutilated. And then he had one that exhibited mad cow disease. They put it down and they sent it tissue samples to the lab, either in Nebraska or Kansas, and they sent him deal back and told him they couldn't find nothing but, don't use that pasture anymore. And that was kind of interesting. Because the cows these cows they mutilated are registered. These heifers were probably always worth between at least $5,000 to $6,000 a piece, if not more, because their pedigree is quite elaborate. Well, about a month and a half later, I get another call from him. He's got another mutilated cow. And I get over there, and this one's early. I go, and I have a friend come with me. We get over there pretty early. This cow got mutilated about 6 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. We get over there about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So it's still fairly fresh. And we find the animal. He's got it there, and it's in his pasture. And they've taken this cow, and they put its head into an abandoned prairie dog hole. And the head is so far in the hole that you thought they'd decapitated the animal.
Oh my goodness.
And we get there and look things over, and I get some tissue samples. And then we hook a little bit, then we hook to the animal and pull its head out of the hole and look at it a little more. It's laying there on its side, legs straight out, head in the hole. The head didn't fall in the hole because at the bottom of the hole, the cobwebs are still there. And there wasn't any death drainage. And they'd taken uterus,